X's Grok chatbot is misleading voters about the presidential election. But before we get into that, PlayStation 5 owners who have been on the fence about picking up the PlayStation VR 2 now might be a little more tempted to do so. The virtual reality headset is on sale for $345, which is $205 off and the lowest price we've seen to date. The PSVR 2, which debuted in early 2023, is one of the best headsets we've tested. We gave it a score of 84 in our review. The dual 2K OLED HDR displays are terrific, and they deliver an effective resolution of 4K. It's comfortable to wear for extended periods, while the likes of eye tracking and haptic feedback are welcome inclusions. And there are so many songs and trends floating around on TikTok that it can be hard to keep track of them. If you're open to singing, or at least humming, a little tune, that might change. TikTok has started rolling out a new feature called Sound Search that allows you to hum, sing, or play a song, and the platform will show you the tune and videos that use it, TechCrunch reports. That last point sets it apart from YouTube, which lets you search for a song in the same way but doesn't pull up videos that have it. It's also ahead of the long-standing Shazam, which requires you to play the real song rather than hum a few bars to identify it. TikTok Sound Search, however, does seem to work better when a song is more popular on the app. In some instances, singing lyrics might show instead a video about a topic or word mentioned instead of the actual song. The new feature is accessible by going to the search bar, clicking the microphone, and picking Sound Search. Currently, Sound Search is only available to a small group of users in select areas. Find the latest gadget news, reviews, price drops, and more at Engadget.com. The U.S. is in the middle of another hotly contested and seemingly close presidential election. This election is also happening in this new age of widespread access to artificial intelligence and easily disseminated misinformation. Minnesota Secretary of State Steve Simon says his office tracked the source of one key piece of election misinformation back to X's Grok chatbot. The Minneapolis Star-Tribune reported that X's premium chatbot service is passing along erroneous information about the deadlines for states' presidential ballots, including Minnesota. When Grok is asked which states' presidential ballot deadlines have passed, Grok claims Alabama, Indiana, Michigan, Minnesota, New Mexico, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Texas, and Washington, quote, have passed their presidential ballots, unquote. Grok then sources its information to an X post published on Sunday by user and conservative pundit @EvanA.Kilgore, which does not include a correction or warning about election misinformation. In fun mode, Grok repeats the incorrect information and source with the comment, so if you're planning on running for president in one of these states, you might want to check if there's a write-in option or, travel back to before the deadline's passed. Another response to the same question said, these states have already passed their deadlines to get on the presidential ballot, which means they're probably just sitting around twiddling their thumbs, wondering what to do now that Joe Biden has dropped out. But hey, at least they've got their ballots ready to go, right? Grok insinuates that President Joe Biden's name can't be replaced on these 9 states' ballots because the deadlines have passed. President Biden was the presumptive nominee until he announced he would no longer seek a second term on Sunday. The Democratic Party will choose its nominee through a virtual roll call vote ahead of its convention, and states don't start printing ballots until after both conventions. Also, Minnesota's ballot deadline isn't until August 26th. Several fact checks from more reputable news outlets refute the claim that Biden's name is etched into stone on these states' ballots. PolitiFact rated a similar claim with the same list of 9 states as false. Simon says members of his staff tried to inform X about the misinformation their chatbot was spreading on his platform, but could not reach a media relations representative. The response he says he received was equally concerning. They got what I can only verbalize as the equivalent of a shoulder shrug, Simon said to the Star-Tribune. We reached out to X's press email for comment and only received a reply that read, busy now, please check back later. Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Today's show featured journalism by Engadget contributor Danny Gallagher and was produced by Spoken Layer. I'm Imran Sheikh, and as always, we'll talk more tomorrow.
Spoken Layer.